Take your knee.
Look at this. Take your knee.
You guys, they have now fulfilled your demand.
Thank you. Thank you.
A peaceful end to protests last night in Phoenix. Instead of arrests, handshakes after a handful of police officers joined demonstrators in taking a knee outside of Phoenix Police headquarters.
To me, it was a pure expression of peace. It is exactly what we said could happen if we all begin this process of trying to really heal through the hurt of the community.
The protesters vowed to be back tonight, but this seems to be a turning point, and we need to move forward. That is the question this morning. While there was violence last night in other cities, we didn't see any damage, we didn't see any destruction here, especially like the kind we saw over the weekend, and that is the good news. Maria is live in downtown Phoenix with the very latest on this, and you are speaking with someone this morning who has a lot to say about what's going on.
I sure do. We are here live on the corner of 6th Avenue and Adams. This is where that moment took place. This is right outside the Phoenix Police headquarters on the backside. And we want you to know that Riley Behrens was here, and today she joins me here. What was that moment like? Because there was a lot of shouting, and then all of a sudden, those officers took a knee.
It was just, I think it was really powerful. We definitely didn't expect them to take a knee when they did, and you could just see the look in the officer's eyes. The very first one that kneeled down, a white officer, the look in his eyes was just like a mixture of like sadness and kind of, I don't know, it looked like he was sad that he was on that side, and he kind of knelt down with a like, yeah, I'm with you guys, and like he truly meant it. You could tell.
Why were you out here yesterday? Why are you so passionate about standing with the Black community?
Because I don't think it's just their problem. Like, everybody faces injustices, and it takes a community to come together to fix them. So it's not just something that I can say, oh, like, this is your problem, so you have to fix it. That's not what community does.
You have a little brother too, right?
I do, yeah. I have a little brother. He's adopted. He's mixed, and so it's a little bit more personal for me. Like, I never want my brother to have to experience what I know he's going to experience. And so if we can put a stop to it and kind of decrease that chance, then I'm all for it.
And you know, protests more coming tonight, right?
Yeah, there'll be a couple more tonight.
Okay, hopefully it'll stay as peaceful as well. Now, I want to introduce you to Pastor Andre Miller. He has been very outspoken with the Black community. He's with New Beginnings Church out of Mesa. He wasn't there last night, but I want to show you this video. You might recognize him from the story 2 years ago about Mesa police using what he called excessive force on an unarmed Black man, Robert Johnson. And so, Pastor Miller, I want you to just take me here. You've seen the video. What do you make of all this?
Well, last night's protest, I was excited actually to see officers take a knee, because I believe that is a start. Whether it's 3 officers, 4 or 5, whatever the case may be, it's still a start. And what we have to do is begin to speak to the heart of individuals who wear the uniform, so we can see the humanity in all. So I think it's a start, and I think it was a great thing to see.
What do you have to say to those online, I wouldn't call them haters, but those who doubt what those officers did was genuine?
You'll have people who are critical of everything that we do. If we get one policy changed, well, why didn't you get 10? If we get 10 changed, why didn't you get 20? So you'll always have critics with anything that you do, but I don't think that should deter us and stop us from making even incremental or small steps as far as progress goes.
What does that message say when they take a knee? Because there are various messages. We've seen Colin Kaepernick do it. We've seen various people across the country do it in protests. Yeah. What does that mean to you? When
I see an officer take a knee with protesters, it tells me that you're hearing what we're saying. It tells me that you want to understand the anger. You want to understand the anxieties and the animosity. And I think that that's a wonderful thing. And we're seeing it all across the country. You saw it in Flint. You saw it in Houston, Texas, where the chief is standing there talking to the community. And that is exactly what we need. Officers are a part of the community as well. It's not us versus them. We're all together in this.
It did look a little us versus them, though, when it came to the looting and the rioting. How do you interpret that, and what message is getting lost here?
So looting and rioting, that is not an answer to what ails us as a society, right? But when you look at looting and rioting, I don't ever want that to take precedent over what we are addressing, which is lives being lost at the hands of police officers. So looting and rioting does not take precedent for me over the loss of a life. Now, is it wrong? Absolutely. Do we condone looting and rioting? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, the message has to remain that there's a problem with policing in this country.
And as a Black man and being a leader in this community, how do you feel? How does and context seeing all of this protest happen?
As an African American male who has African American sons, it is personal for me because, again, I don't ever want to have to bury one of my sons at the hands of an encounter with a police officer. So we have to make sure that we address this right now. This is a problem in this country that we have to address. And again, it's going to take all of us to fix all of this. It's going to take black people, white people, Asian people, Hispanic people, everybody to make this a greater nation for all people. You know, a lot of people say make America great again. America's not been great for everybody. So it takes all of us to make it what it needs to be.
All right, there you go, guys. Pastor Andre Miller with New Beginnings Church out of Mesa. Again, he's actually been working a lot behind the scenes. We know that he meets with police chiefs, he meets with other community members to have that discussion going. I also know that Chief Jerry Williams says she's also meeting behind the scenes too. So here we are, the day after the 5th night of protests. It sounds like more are coming. The barricades are still up. And the big question is, will tonight be as peaceful as yesterday? Back to you.
Yeah, great message by Pastor Andre, and we are happy to hear that both the pastor and our police chief are working behind the scenes trying to make differences in our community and across the nation as well. Maria, thank you for that interview.